Welcome back to Dumb Stuff Deniers Say, the show that scans denier blogs and spares you that unspeakable cosmic horror. Today's episode, cherry picking. The denier diet plan. Low context, high nonsense. Let's start with a new denier favorite. Antarctica is gaining ice. This began with a fully legit and recently published study showed the Antarctic ice sheet added melt balance between 2021 and 2023. Roughly 108 gigatons a year. What's up with that? And the CO2 coalition pounced on the story. When has that ever been a good thing? 108 gigatons. Sounds big. Until you remember Antarctica lost 2,700 gigatons between 1992 and 2020. 2,700 billion tons of ice lost. So, no, not a comeback. We've seen these blips before, in fact, and the loss of melt balance of the Antarctic ice sheet has resumed. But did What's Up With That or the CO2 coalition mention that? Nope, not yet. What's the over-under that they ever will? But they still took a victory lap right after the study was released. Picking those cherries. Let's zoom in on the CO2 coalition's take on this study and others. They called climate scientists infantile, mocked their obsession with pixels. Ooh, spicy, and then proudly cherry-picked the Antarctic blip like it was the second coming of the Ice Age. They followed that up by pointing out all the new snow and ice blanketing the Greenland ice sheet since September of 2024. Is all this new snow and ice in the room with you? Anything? Anyone? Bueller? Can you point out all this new snow and ice? Of course, neither article discussed the big picture, because if they showed the whole picture, their argument disintegrates. But we've seen this chicanery before. The trolls are still clinging to the now infamous Antarctic 2014 sea ice spike. The 1 year in decades Antarctic sea ice hit a record max. What's Up With That quickly took another victory lap when that report was published, running an unsurprisingly detailed article. It should be noted their article was posted 1 day after the official report was released. But in 2023, Antarctic sea ice crashed to record lows, like unprecedented low, like scientists called it mind-blowing low. The eventual response from What's Up With That took on an entire different tone in covering that report. They openly accused the NOAA of flip-flopping. Yes, flip-flopping, for reporting the hard data. I'm not making this up. Even worse, this What's Up With That article claimed in 2014, NOAA blamed record-high sea ice on global warming. Or not, no such statement from NOAA has been found. And it should be noted that the What's Up With That follow-up article was released over a year after the NOAA 2023 findings were published. Why the delay, pray tell? But timeliness doesn't matter in the Denioverse. Once the cherry-picked talking points are in the wild, they'll continue to fuel the misinformation machine for years to come. The fossil fuel cartels know their target audience, and that audience doesn't read past the headline. We'll be hearing deniers claim Antarctica's ice sheet is growing 5 years from now, like they just saw it in their daily feed. Cherry picking like this isn't science. It's a clickbait con dressed in a lab coat. When denier blogs yell, Antarctica is growing, ask them, for how long, where exactly, and what happened after that? Because cherry picking only works if the audience never sees the rest of the orchard. That's it for this episode of Dumb Stuff Deniers Say. Like, subscribe, and stay clear of the cosmic horror. And remember, if it sounds like a miraculous turnaround, make sure the source's name doesn't rhyme with fossil fuel-funded front organization.